Okay, so question 1 of section A was as follows: evaluate -3 plus -5. Okay, so this is the question students were asked to answer. So what we need to do is, first I'm going to write the expression in question, and then what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to evaluate the positive sign by 5. Okay, so I'm going to say -3, then in positive times -5, we can say +1 times -5 will give us -5. Okay, so now we have negative minus 5. So negative minus 5 will give us -8. So the correct answer for this question was B, which is -8. Okay, we go to question 2. Question 2, we are going to, okay, question 2 was as follows: which of the following is a rational number? Which of the following is a rational number? Okay, so a rational number is a number that you can write as in form of a fraction, which is a over b. Okay, and this number can be a perfect square. Okay, so when we check on these, the square root of 70, when you punch this in a calculator, it's going to give you an answer with a lot of decimal numbers, as well as the square root of 80 and 90. They will all give you a square root with a lot of decimal numbers. But when you find the square root of 100, it is going to give you a whole number. Therefore, D was the correct answer. So the rational number in this instance is the square root of 100. Let's go to question 3. Okay, question 3 was: how many significant figures are in the number 0.00600020? Okay, so how many significant in this number? So I'm going to rewrite this number in question, which is 0.00600020. So how many significant are in this number? So there are basic rules you need to understand is all numbers which are non-zeros are significant, and the zeros in between non-zero digits are also significant, as well as zeros after the point are also significant. So in this case, we are saying these numbers are significant. The ones I've underlined with a red line, they are significant. Therefore, when you count these digits from the decimal point, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in this number has got 6 significant figures. So the 0 at the beginning is not significant, and the 0 at the end is not significant. So the correct answer is 6. It has 6 significant figures. Okay, let's go to question number 4, which is: find the value of -2 cubic plus 4 squared. Okay, so we're going to find the value of -2 raised to the power of 3 plus 4 raised to the power of 2. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite this expression, which is -2 raised to the power of 3 plus 4 raised to the power of 2. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand that. So I'm going to expand that. That means I'm going to multiply -3 by itself 3 times. So not -3, but -2 by itself 3 times. So I'm going to multiply -2 by itself 3 times, like this. Okay, -2 times -2 times -2, plus, then I'm going to multiply 4 by itself twice. Okay, then -2 times -2 will give me +4. +4 times -2 will give me -8. Now plus 4 by 4 will give me 16. Now I'm going to simplify negative 8 plus 16, which will give me 8. So the correct answer in question 4 was B. Okay, B, which is 8. B was the correct answer, and the answer was 8. Okay, let's go to question 5, which is use set notation. Describe the shaded region shown in the following diagram. Okay, so this is the diagram, and they want us to use set notation to describe the shaded region. Okay, now one thing you need to understand is first study the Venn diagram before you give an answer. So when you look at the Venn diagram, what is the Venn diagram telling you? Okay, you see that set B is a subset of set A. All the members of set B are found in set A. Okay, and set A is the one which is a bigger circle. Okay, so now when you look at the shaded area, this shaded area is showing members which are not showing elements which are not members of set A or set B. Okay, the shaded area is an area where members which do not belong either in set A or set B. Okay, the shaded area is showing members which do not belong in neither A nor B. Therefore, we can say the shaded area is A union B complement. A union B complement, and the correct answer is A. Not B, but what? A. Not B, but A. Okay, not B, but A. So the correct answer is A union B complement. A union B complement, which is A. That is the correct answer. Okay, now let's go to question 6. Okay, question 6 was as follows. Which of the following is a storage device? Which of the following is a storage device? A, mouse. B, monitor. C, keyboard. D, flash disk. Okay, so let's start with A. A, it's a mouse. So a mouse is a part of a computer that helps the user to manipulate the computer. It is used to select a certain folder, a certain program you want to use. So it helps you to move the pointer in the computer and also to select a program or a folder you want to use. B, a monitor. A monitor is used to see what you are doing in a computer. Okay, so a monitor is a screen where a user look at in order to see what he or she is doing. C, keyboard. Keyboard, this is a part of a computer where a user use to type the information or to put the data he wants to process in the computer. Okay, so it is also sometimes used to manipulate the computer by selecting what you want, as well as by opening the equipment and doing many other stuffs. You can use a keyboard. D, a flash disk. A flash disk is used to store information. So the correct answer was D, which is flash disk. Okay, 7. Which of the following is a net of an open cone? Which of the following is a net of an open cone? So the net of an open cone is C, the shape down here. Okay, now let's go to question 8. Okay, so question 8 was as follows. Find the mode of the following set of numbers, that is 1 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 4, 1. Okay, so in this question you need to understand the word mode. What is a mode? When we say find a mode of the following number, what is a mode? So a mode is a number that is appearing most. Okay, this is the number that is appearing more than any other number in the given numbers. Okay, the one which has the highest number of appearance. Okay, so what we're going to do, we can just go on the numbers given, these ones, the ones I've circled, and then count how many each number is appearing. Now the way they are jumbled, they might be confusing. So the other way you can do it is by arranging them in order. You arrange them in order so that they are not jumbled. Okay, but even the way they are jumbled, you can count as long as you are just careful. You can still find the number which is appearing most. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going just to assemble them or to arrange them in order. So we'll start with a small rest. So how many times is one appearing? So when you look at those numbers, you see that one is appearing 5 times. Okay, so 1 is appearing 5 times, so I'm going to write 1 5 times. Okay, those are the 5 ones that are appearing in that. Now we come to 2. How many times 2 is appearing? 2 is appearing 3 times, so I'm going to write 3 2s. Then how many times is 3 appearing? It's just appearing once, so I'm going to write 1 3. Then how many times is 4 appearing? You see that 4 is only 2 times, not 4 times, but 2 times, so I'm going to write 2 4s. Okay, once I've done that, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to count how many each number is appearing. So when you count ones, there are 5, 2s, there are 3, 3 it's 1, and 4 is appearing twice. So the number which is appearing more often than the other numbers is 1. So the answer there is A, which is 1. Okay, let's go to question 9. Question 9 reads as follows. In the following diagram, ABCD is a parallelogram, AC is a diagonal, angle ABC is equal to 120 degrees, and angle BAC is equal to 35 degrees. Okay, so you can start the diagram, and then the question is, what is the size of angle CAD? What is the size of angle CAD? So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to identify angle CAD. So angle CAD is this one, the one I've marked by X, the one I've written X there inside the already X. That is angle CAD. Okay, so that is the angle we need to find. So how can we find the value of this angle? Okay, so one thing you should understand that the line BC and AD are parallel lines. The lines BC and AD are parallel lines. Okay, that means we are going to treat line BA as a transversal. So angle, not angle, line AB or BA. Angle line AB is a transversal line. Then line BC and AD are parallel lines. Okay, so when a transversal meets a parallel line, it forms different angles. Now, the property we're going to use here is co-interior angles add up to 180 degrees. Co-interior angles add up to 180 degrees. That's a property we're going to use because angle ABC and angle BAD are co-interior angles. Okay, angle ABC and angle BAD are co-interior angles. So these angles, they should add up to 180. Now you should also learn that angle BAD is divided into two angles. One angle is given, the other one is not given. Therefore, we're going to use the same property where we're going to add the three angles in order for us to get 180 degrees. So the property we're going to use is co-interior angles add up to 180 degrees. That means we are going to add angle 120 degrees plus angle plus angle 35 degrees, then plus x. Okay, so x stands for angle CAD. X stands for angle CAD. Okay, so that angle we're asked to find is represented by the same x I wrote at first. So you can either write like the way I've written, or you can also say 120 degrees plus 35 degrees plus angle CAD. It is also correct. So for me, x is going to stand for angle CAD. Okay, once I've done that, then I'm going to say is equal to 180 degrees. So 120 degrees plus 35 degrees will give me 155 degrees plus x is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, once I've found that, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put like terms together. That means I'm going to have x is equal to 180 degrees. Now, since 155 is closing the equal sign, it's going to be negative 155. So minus 155 degrees. Now, when you find the difference of 180 degrees and 155 degrees, you find that the answer will be x is equal to 25 degrees. So the value of x is 25 degrees. Okay, so basically the correct answer for question 9 was C, which is 25 degrees. Let's go to question 10. The following diagram shows a right-angled triangle PQR in which QT is perpendicular to PR at T. The question is, name one pair of corresponding sides. Name one pair of corresponding sides. So we are talking about the sides that has got the same position in these two triangles. So you can see that beside triangle PQR, there is also triangle TQR. Okay, so we are asked to find to identify a pair of corresponding sides. So you can see that PQ and QT, these are corresponding sides. Why? You can see the 90 degree there, okay, and the 90 degree on T and on Q there. So you find that QT and PQ are corresponding, okay, they are on the same side of the two triangles. So the answer is A. Okay, let's go to question 11. Okay, question 11 was factorize completely 4x squared minus 8x. Okay, factorize completely 4x squared minus 8x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite the expression down here. Once I've done that, then I'm going to look at a factor that can go into these terms. So I'll start by looking at the factor that can go into the coefficients, which are numbers 4 and 8. What number can go into 4 and 8 without leaving a remainder? So 2 can go, but it's not the biggest. 4 can go. 4 itself can go into both. So I'm going to use 4. Okay. So 4 is a factor that can go into 4 and 8. Okay, now let's come to the variables. Which variables are in both terms? We can see that x is in both the terms, so we're going to use also x. we're going to use 1x. Why? Because we're going just to use x because 8 has just x. Okay, so we can't use x squared because we're going to look at x with the lowest power, which is x itself. Okay, once we have done that, then now we can divide these terms by 4x. Okay, so 4x into 4x squared will give us x. Okay, then 4x into 8x will give us in fact, it should be 4x into negative 8x. It will give us negative 2. So now I've factorized that one completely, and that was the answer, which is 4x open bracket x minus 2. Okay, let's go to question 12. Okay, question 12 was as follows. In the diagram below, BC is perpendicular to AC, AB is equal to 15 centimeter and BC is equal to 9 centimeter. Okay, you can study the diagram. The question is find the length of AC. Find the length of AC. Okay, so we can say we are going to use the Pythagoras theorem formula, which is a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared. Okay, so now which one is a squared? Okay, a squared is the length a is stands for hypotenuse in a triangle, so AB is the value of a squared, which is equal to BC is the value of b squared plus CA or AC. Okay, plus AC, which is when you add the length, the square of the length of BC and AC will give you the length of AB squared. Okay, so what we're going to do is now we're going to replace the values. So we're saying AB squared is equal to 15 centimeter squared, which is equal to BC, which is 9 centimeter, so it's going to be 9 centimeter squared plus AC squared. Okay, once I've done that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to find the square numbers of these numbers. So the square number of 15 centimeter squared is the square number of 15 centimeter is 225 centimeter squared, and the square of 9 centimeter is 81 centimeter squared plus AC. The length of AC is not given and is what we want to find, so we're going to say plus AC. Now at this stage I'm going to put like terms together, so it's going to be 225 centimeter squared minus 81 centimeter squared is equal to AC squared. Okay, once I've done that, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the difference of 225 and 81 centimeter squared. Okay, 225 centimeter squared minus 81 centimeter squared. So I'm going to find the difference of this. So when you subtract 81 from 225, it's going to give you 144 centimeter squared, which is equal to AC squared. Okay, once I've done that, then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to find the square root of 144 and AC squared. So I'm going to put the square root signs to both. Then once I've done that, then I'm going to find the square root of 144 centimeter squared, which is 12 centimeter, and the square root of AC squared is AC. Okay, so that means the length of AC, the length of a line AC is 12 centimeter. Okay. So question 13 was, a man invested 4,500 kwacha at 4% simple interest for 5 years. Calculate his total amount at the end of this period. a man invested 4,500 kwacha at 4% interest, simple interest rate for 5 years. Calculate his total amount at the end of this period. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to write the formula we're going to use. Now remember, I'm going to use this formula, which is principal plus interest. Okay, so that's a formula for interest. Now here you can use either the other way or this way. The other way is where you just find the interest without adding the principal to it, and then you come and add the principal at the end. Okay, now I'm going to use this one because in previous videos I've been using the one where if you just find the interest, then at later stage you combine the interest, you add the interest and the principal. So here what we're going to do is we're going to add the principal alongside the interest. We're going to be calculating the interest, carrying together with the principal. Okay, what I mean is this. I'm going to write equal to, then what is the principal? The principal, this is the money that is invested in the bank, which is 4,500 kwacha. Then plus the principal, okay, plus the principal. P stands for the principal. Then R, which stands for the rate, which is 4%. Then time, that is the number of years. So always time is in years. So if it's 1 year, that means it's a whole number, which is 1. If it's 6 months, then you have to convert 6 months into a fraction of a year. So which is the time is 5 years. So we're going to write times 5 there. The whole of that plus or divided by 100. Okay. So when you look at from plus sign, we have got 4,500 kwacha times 4 times 5 over 100. That is the formula for interest. Okay. Once we have done that, then we are going to simplify this. First, we're going to we are going to ignore the principal, the 4,500 kwacha. The principal, the first one, we're going just to ignore it. We'll be carrying it along. We're going to add it at the later stage. Okay, so we're going to concentrate on the 4,500 kwacha times 4 times 5 over 100. So we're going to simplify this. So I'm going to cancel the zeros down, and I'm also going to cancel the zeros on top, because I can see that 100 can go into 4,500 as well as in 100. So I'm going to cancel the zeros down, as well as the zeros on top. Now be careful not to cancel these zeros, the one I've cancelled, which stands for the ngoes. You don't have to cancel that, but you have to cancel these zeros. Okay, so I'm going to cancel that so that we remain with the 45 kwacha. Okay, once I've done that, then I'm going to write down what is remaining. So on that, I'm remaining with the 4,500, which is the principal, then plus, so 1 into 45 will give us 45. So we're going to say plus 45 kwacha, then times 4 times 5. Okay, that is what we are remaining with. The denominator, which is 100, has been cancelled out. Okay. Once we have done that, then we're going to follow the board mass. Here we are going to follow the board mass. We're not going to start by adding. Board mass with multiplication comes first before addition. So I'm going to write 4,500. Then I'm going to multiply 45 kwacha times 4, which will give me 180. So I'm going to say plus 180 kwacha, which will be multiplied by. Now remember, what I've underlined there is what I've multiplied. The one I've underlined in red, that is 45 kwacha times 4, okay, which has given me 180 kwacha, then times 5. Then here again, we'll still use the board mass. So meaning I'm going to multiply this 180 kwacha times 5. So I'm going to write 4,500 kwacha. Okay, 4,500 kwacha. Then 180 times 5 will give me 900. So it's going to be plus 900 kwacha. So 4,500 kwacha plus 900 kwacha will give me 5,400 kwacha. 5,400 kwacha. Okay, and the question is calculate his total amount at the end of this period. So we are saying his total amount at the end of 5 years is 5,400 kwacha. 5,400 kwacha was his total amount. That is the money he got from the bank, the interest plus the principal. Now let's come to question 14. Okay, question 14 is simplify 2x minus 4y plus 3x plus y. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the expression, then 2x minus 4y plus 3x plus y. So what I'm going to do here, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put like terms together. That means I'm going to rearrange this expression. So I'm going to write 2x, then which other term has got x in it? That is 3x. So 2x and it's positive 3x. So we're going to have 2x plus 3x minus 4y plus y. Okay, once I've done that, then I'm going to evaluate these terms. So 2x plus 3x will give me 5x. Then negative 4y plus y will give me negative 3y. So 5x minus 3y was the answer. So simplifying, 2x minus 4y plus 3x plus y will give us 5x minus 3y. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, question 14 was as follows. The ratio of pigs to goats at a certain farm is 5:4. Given that there are 200 goats, find the number of pigs. Okay, the ratio of pigs to goats at a certain farm is 5:4. Given that there are 200 goats, find the number of pigs. And this question was carrying 2 marks. As you have noted, most of the questions are carrying 2 marks. So how do you find the number of pigs at the farm with that information? First, we are going to write the ratio given. We're going to use the names of animals, which is pigs to goats. Okay, so the ratio is pigs to goats. You need to take note of this ratio because it's very important. If you don't take note of this, you may get mixed up. Okay, then the second information given in the statement is what is the actual ratio, the number, the ratio in numbers. What is the actual ratio? So we are told that the ratio is where there are 5 pigs, there are 4 goats. So the ratio is 5:4. So when you count 5 pigs, you find that you also count 4 goats. Okay, that's a ratio, 5 pigs to 4 goats. Okay, so what is the number of pigs in the farm? Okay, the next question, the next statement given, or the next information given is the number of animals. So what is the number of pigs in the farm? We are not given. So, and you ask to find the number of pigs. So we're going to say the number of pigs in the farm is X. What is the number of goats? The number of goats we are given, it's 200. So there are 200 goats in this farm. Okay. So once we have done this, then we are going to cross multiply. Right? So we're going to have 4 times 5 times 200 and 4 times X. Okay, we're going to cross multiply. Therefore, we're going to come up with something like this. 4 by x is equal to 5 by 200. Okay, 4 times x is equal to 5 times 200. Like once we do this, we're going to evaluate. 4 times x will give us 4x, which is equal to 5 times 200 will give us 1000. Okay, now because of space, I'm going to take this expression, which is 4x is equal to 1000 on top there. So 4x is equal to 1000. I've just done that because of space. Then what we're going to do here now, we're going to divide both sides by 4. Why? Because we want to remain with x alone. So we're going to divide both sides by 4. So we're going to divide 4x by 4, which means 4 down will be cancelled and 4 on top will be cancelled, leaving us with the x. Okay? Then we're going to divide 1000 by 4. So 1 divided by 4, it can't. So we're going to borrow 0 from, we're going to add 1. Sorry, we're going to add 0 to 1. We're going to add 0 to 1. Among the 3 zeros, the next 0 from 1, we're going to put it together with 1, which will become 10. So 4 into 10 will go 2 times. Then when you 4 goes into 10 2 times, it will leave a remainder of 2. So 10 cancelled, then remainder 2. Okay. 4 into 2, it can't. It will give us the answer, which is a decimal number. We want a whole number, so we're going to get 0, which is next to 2. Okay, remember we're remaining with 2 zeros, so 1 0 will be put together with 2 to become 20. So 4 into 20, it will go 5 times, and that 20 will be cancelled out. Now it goes 5 times without a remainder, or remainder 0, so there is no remainder. That means our division has ended. However, there is a 0 we haven't used on top there. So the 0 which you haven't used on top there, the one which is not cancelled on 1000, that is 0 haven't used. So we'll add it to the quotient, which is 25, and it will become, not really adding, we're going to put it together with the 25 so that it becomes 250. So x is equal to 250. That means there are 250 pigs at the farm. There are 250 pigs at the farm. So to find the number, we are asked to find the number of pigs. So we have found the number of pigs, which is 250 pigs. Okay, now let's go to question 16. Question 16 was given that matrix P is equal to 3, 4, 1, negative 2. State the order of P. That's the first question. The second question is find 2P. Okay, so here what we're going to do is we're going to start with question 1, which is find the order of matrix P. So first, when you are writing the order of any matrix, you start by counting the rows. So when you count the rows, then you write the number of rows. Okay, so how do you identify rows? So rows, these numbers, when you look at them horizontally. Okay, so 3, 4 is making one row, and 1, negative 2 is making another row. So in this matrix there are 2 rows, so we're saying it's 2 rows. Then columns, how do you count columns? You count vertically, starting from top going down, or starting from down going up. So 3, 1 is making a column, and 4, negative 2 is also making a column. Therefore the order of this matrix will be 2 by 2. So there are 2 columns as well as 2 rows. So there are 2 rows and 2 columns. So this is 2 by 2. Okay, the order of this matrix is 2 by 2. Let's go to question number 2, which is find 2P. Okay, so we're going to write 2P. Okay, so when we are given such a matrix, it's more or less like we are multiplying a matrix by a scalar. We are multiplying a matrix by a scalar. So what we do when you're multiplying a matrix by a scalar, we're going to say is equal to, then we're going to write 2, then we're going to write the matrix which is given, which is matrix P. Matrix P is 3, 4, 1, negative 2. So open bracket, 3, 4, 1, negative 2, close bracket. This means that we're going to multiply each element in the matrix by 2. Each element will be multiplied by 2. So we're going to write equal to, then open bracket, then we're going to multiply 2 by 3, okay, and 2 by 4. Then we're also going to multiply 2 by 1 and 2 by negative 2, then close bracket. Then we're going to say equal to, open bracket, then 2 by 3 will give us 6, 2 by 4 will give us 8, 2 by 1 will give us 2, 2 by negative 2 will give us negative 4, then close bracket, and that is the answer. Okay, if you don't know how to multiply matrices by a scalar, you can check on our video. On our video, yes, you can just go to the playlist named matrix or matrices, then you find the playlist called matrices. You go inside, you're going to find a video where we demonstrated on how to multiply matrices. All right, now let's go to question 17. Okay, so question 17 was as follows. A boy was given 100 kwacha to buy the following items: 2 loaves of bread at 10 kwacha each, 2 packets of sugar at 26 kwacha, 1 bottle of milk at 34 kwacha. Question 17A1 is, how much did he spend? Question 17.2 is, how much change did he receive? Okay, now let's start with 17.1. How much did he spend? So, first of all, we need to find the price of each item or items. So let's start with 2 loaves of bread. How much did he spend on 2 loaves of bread which were sold at 10 kwacha each? Okay, so when we see a price is attached with each, that means each item mentioned was bought at that price. So in this case, 1 loaf of bread was bought at 10 kwacha and he bought 2 loaves of bread. So we are going to write 2 multiplied by 10 kwacha. So 2 is the number of loaves that were bought. Then plus, we are told 2 packets of sugar at 26 kwacha. There is no each. That means the 2 packets costed 26 kwacha. So going to say plus 26 kwacha. Then 1 bottle of milk was bought at 34 kwacha. So it's going to be plus 34 kwacha. Okay. Once we've done this, then we're going to find the value. So we'll start by multiplying 2 by 10 kwacha, which will give us 20 kwacha, plus 26 kwacha, plus 34 kwacha. Okay? Alright, as I've just rewritten 26 and 34 kwacha, just like the way they are. I have just evaluated 2 times 10 kwacha. Okay? Once I've done this, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the value of 20 kwacha plus 26 kwacha, which should give us 46 kwacha. Okay, plus 34 kwacha. Okay, then once we've done that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to find the value of 46 plus 34 kwacha, which should give us 8 kwacha. So the question is, how much did he spend? So the boy spent 8 kwacha to buy all the items mentioned. So he used 8 kwacha. Okay. So that is the correct answer for question 17.1, which is 8 kwacha. The next question is, how much change did he receive? Now we need to calculate the change. So for us to find how much change he received, we are going to go back into the statement again to find how much the boy had. So he was given 100 kwacha, so he had 100 kwacha. 100 kwacha, he had 100 kwacha. And in that 100 kwacha, he spent 8 kwacha. So we're going to subtract 8 kwacha from the money he was given, which is minus 8 kwacha. Then when you subtract 8 kwacha from 100 kwacha, you are going to get 20 kwacha. So 20 kwacha was the change he received. So he received the change of 20 kwacha. Okay, so that was the answers for the 2 questions. Now let's go to question 18. Each interior angle of a regular polygon is 150 degrees. Calculate the number of sides of the polygon. Okay, so each interior angle of this regular polygon is 150 degrees. Calculate the number of sides of the polygon. Okay, so what you need to know is we are given the interior angle, which is 150 degrees. So we need to find the exterior angle of this polygon. That will help us to find the number of sides this polygon has. Okay? Because the sum of interior angles differs depending on the number of sides or angle the polygon has. However, the sum of exterior angle is always constant, regardless of the number of sides or whether the polygon is regular or irregular. The sum of exterior angle is the same. So let's start by finding the amount, or the exterior angle. Is the amount of the exterior angle. So we can say, we can use this property which says interior angle plus exterior angle is equal to 180 degrees. So when you add the interior and the exterior angle, the sum will be 180 degrees. So we can use this property to find the value of the exterior angle. So now we are given the interior angle, which is 150 degrees. Are we given the exterior angle? No. So that means we are going to add 150 degrees to plus x. Okay, we're going to add 150 degrees to x, which should give us 180 degrees. Okay, once we have done this, the next thing we're going to do now, once we have done this, the next thing we're going to do now, we're going to find the value of x. To do that, we're going to put like terms together. That means we're going to have x is equal to 180 degrees, then 150 degrees will close the equal sign and become minus. Okay, now once we have done that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to write x is equal to 180 minus 150, which will give us 30 degrees. Now 30 degrees is the amount of the exterior angle. The exterior angle of this regular polygon is 30 degrees. That means this is a regular polygon. That means all the exterior angles are equal to 30 degrees. Okay, once we have done this, then now we can go ahead and find the number of sides. So to find the number of sides, we're going to use this property, which is sum of exterior angles is 360 degrees of any polygon. So the sum of exterior angles is 360 degrees of any polygon. Like I said earlier on, regardless of the polygon, irregular, regular, number of sides or number of angles, the sum of exterior angle is always 360 degrees. Okay, so we're going to use this property to help us find the number of sides. So now, since we know that the sum of exterior angle is 360 degrees, we should also know that here we're talking about angles. So, and in the question we're asked to find the number of sides. So you should know that the number of sides is equal to the number of what? Angles. You should know that if a polygon has got 4 angles, that means it has got also 4 sides. Okay? So the number of interior angles is equal to the number of exterior angles, which is also equal to the number of what? Sides. Okay? So with that, then we can use the angles to find the number of what? Sides. So we can say number of sides is equal to 360 degrees, the sum of exterior angles, divided by the exterior angle. So the exterior angle, we're going to get the 30 degrees, which we found earlier on, which is 30. So we're going to write divided by 30 degrees, which is the exterior angle. And 360, this is the sum of exterior angle. So when you divide that, you're going to say 3 into 3 will be 1. Then the 3 into 6, that will be 2. And the zeros will cancel them out. They will cancel each other out. Or you can say 30 into 360 will go 12 times. Okay, so 12 will be 12 sides. So this polygon, which has the interior angle of 115 degrees, has 12 sides. So you can say the regular polygon has got 12 sides. So the answer is 12 sides. That is the number of sides this polygon with 150 interior angle has 12 sides. Let's go to question 19. Question 19 was, the Venn diagram below illustrates set P and set Q. Okay, so you can take a look at the Venn diagram so that you can identify set P and Q as well as the universal set. So the question is, list the set P complement intersection Q complement. Okay, so we are asked to list the members of set P complement intersection Q complement. So what we're going to do is, first, for us to find the set of complements of P and Q, first we need to list the members of P complement and Q complement respectively. So let's start by listing the members of P complement. Okay, so P complement. Now let me describe what a complement is. A complement is a member or is an element that is not found in a given set. So in this case, we want to list P complement. So we are saying we list the member or the elements that are not found in set P. So a complement is an element or a member of a set that is not found in a given set. So in this case, we have got complement of P. So we want to list elements that are not found in set P. Okay, so in this case, we are going to look at this set, the one I've circled in blue there, that is set P. So anything that is not found in that blue circle is a complement of set P. Okay, so we can start by listing those elements that are not found inside that circle. So we have got element which is C, G, and these elements are coming from set Q. Okay, these elements are coming from set Q, and these are elements that are not found in set P. Okay, so C, G. Then we have also outside the set, we have got element which is H, I, and J. These 5 are the complements of set P. These are not found in set P. Okay, let's go to set Q. Let's find the complements of set Q. So we're going to write Q complement like that. Then we're going to look at this set. All these members that are found inside this circle, the blue circle, are members of set Q. Yet we are supposed to find the members that are not found in set Q. So members that are not found in set Q are A, D, E, and when you go outside, we have H, I, and J. Close bracket. These are members of Q complement. These are the elements which are Q complement, and we have made a set of P complement as well as a set of Q complement. Okay, now let's go to the question. The question is, list the set P complement intersection Q complement. So we're going to write P complement intersection Q complement. P complement intersection Q complement, which is equal to, we're going to open. So whatever is not found in both sets is not the member of P complement intersection Q complement. So in this case, we want to find what is found in P complement and Q complement. So you can see that C is not found in Q, G is not found in Q, A is not found in P, D is not found in P, and E is not found in P. But you'll notice that these Hij and Hij down here are found in both. So these three elements will form P complement intersection Q complement. So you can write them as this, like this, Hij. So P complement intersection Q complement is equal to Hij. Okay, so that is the set of P complement intersection Q complement. Okay, if you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, let's go to question 20. Question 20, we are asked to convert 101.011 base 2 to base 10. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to write the numbers here, like they have written. Once we do that, then we are going to write the place value of these numbers. Okay, of these digits in this number. So what we're going to do is we're going to start from the decimal point going to the left. We first identify the decimal numbers, or the place values of numbers from the decimal point to the left. So we have got, immediately after the decimal point, we have got 1. What is the place value of 1? It is, since it is in base 2, it will be 2 to the power 0. What's the place value of 0? Is 2 to the power 1. Place value of 1 is 2 to the power 2. Okay? Now we come to the decimal places. What is the place value of 0? The place value of 0 is 2 to the power negative 1. 2 to the power negative 1. The decimal place of 1 is 2 to the power negative 2. The decimal places of the last one here is 2 to the power negative 3. Okay, once we have done this, then what we need to do is we need to multiply these numbers by the numbers by their place values. So we can say 1 multiplied by 2 to the power 2, the first one on the left, then followed by 0, which is going to be plus 0 multiplied by 2 to the power 1, then plus 1 multiplied by 2 to the power 0. Then we are going to say plus 0 multiplied by 2 to the power negative 1, then plus 1 multiplied by 2 to the power negative 2, then plus 1 multiplied by 2 to the power negative 3. Okay, so what we've done here, we've just multiplied every digit in this figure by its power. So once we have done that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to find the value of this. So we know that 1 multiplied by 2 to the power 4 is equal to, so when we multiply 2 by 2 will give us 4. So 1 multiplied by 4, then plus 0 multiplied by any number raised to the power of 1 is equal to the same number, which is 0 multiplied by 2, and then 1 raised to the power of 1 multiplied by its place value, which is 2 to the power of 0. So they have wrote 1 multiplied by 1, it should be 1 raised to the power of 2, 0. Okay, so 1 multiplied by 2 to the power 0, any number raised to the power of 0 is 1. So I'm going to say 1 multiplied by 1 plus 0 multiplied by 2 negative 1. So when you multiply, when a number is raised to the power which is a negative, it's more or less like the value of that number should be 1 over that, the value of that number. So we're going to have 0 multiplied by 1 over 2. Okay, because any number raised to the power of 1, the value is that the same number. Then we have plus 1 multiplied by 2 raised to the power negative 2. So we're going to have 1 multiplied by 1 over 4. Okay, then multiplied by plus, then 1 multiplied by 2 raised to the power of 3, which is going to be 1 multiplied by 1 over 8. If you are confused on how I have changed these index to these fractions, you can go to our playlist called Index Notation. You're going to find a video where I explained the idea extensively on how negative powers becomes a fraction. Okay, because this is the law of index. Okay, so now, or law of indices. Now we can go to find the values. So first we're going to multiply this number 4, 1 multiplied by 4. So 1 multiplied by 4 will give us 4. Then we come to this one, 0 multiplied by 2 will give us 0, so it's going to be plus 0. Then we come here, 1 multiplied by 1 will give us 1, so it's going to be plus 1. Then we come here, we say 0 multiplied by half, or 1 over 2 will give us 0. Then we come here, 1 multiplied by 1 over 4 will give us 1 over 4. Then plus 1 multiplied by 8 will give us 1 over 8. Okay, so now we have found the products of these numbers. Okay, so we can write it like that. Then the next thing, we're going to add these numbers, 4 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0. So we're just going to add all the whole numbers. Then the 4 plus 0 will give us 4, plus 1 will give us 5, 5 plus 0 will give us 5. So we're going to write 5. Then we're going to just rewrite 1 over 4, just the way they are. 1 over 4 plus 1 over 8. Okay, now at this stage, I'm going to convert the fractions into decimal numbers. At this stage, I'm going to convert the fractions into decimal numbers. So we're going to write 5. Then converting 1 over 4 into a decimal number will give us 0.25. Then converting 1.1 over 8 will give us 0.125. If you have got problems in converting fractions into decimal numbers, you can still go on our video, our playlist. You're going to find a video where we demonstrated on how to convert fraction into decimal numbers. Okay, once we have done this, then we're going to add. So we'll start by adding 5 plus 0.25, which should give us 5.25. Then we're going to add 0.125 to that, which is going to give us, so when you add 5.25 plus 0.125 will give us 5.375. 5.375. Therefore, converting 101.011 in base 2 will give us 5.375 in base 10. Okay, so that is the value. If you have got questions, like I said earlier on, you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, let's go to question 21. Okay, so question 21 was solve the equation 4 is equal to 3x minus 2. So what we're going to do is I'm going to rewrite this expression down, or the equation down. Once I've done that, then the next thing I'm going to do is now I'm going to put like terms together. Okay, so I'm going to write 4, then 2 close the equal sign will go where 4 is, which is going, because it's going to close the equal sign to become a plus, so it will be plus 2, which is equal to 3x. Okay, once I've done this, then I'm going to evaluate 4 plus 2, which will give me 6, which is equal to 3x. At this stage, I'm going to divide both sides by 3. Okay, divide by 3, and the other side divide by 3. Why am I doing this? I want to remain with the x alone on one side of the equal sign, because I want to find the value of x. So x should be alone, so that whatever I'm going to remain with on the left side will be the value of x. Okay, so I'm going to start dividing 6 by 3, which will give me 2. Okay, which will be equal to, then I'm going to divide 3x by 3, which means it's going to give me 3 down will be cancelled and 3 on top will be cancelled, leaving us with x. So the value of x in that equation is 2. The value of x in that equation is 2. Okay, now let's go to the next question, which is question 22. The following diagram shows points A and B. The bearing of A from B is 120 degrees, or it's 120 degrees. Okay, then we are supposed to start the diagram. Okay, we are supposed to start the diagram so that we fully understand what is being said in the statement. Okay, once we have done that, the next thing we need to go to the question. The question is find the bearing of B from A. So before we do anything, we need to identify the bearing we want to find. Okay, so we are going to draw the line here. This is an imaginary line, which is north. Then thereafter, we're going to find the bearing, or to draw the bearing we want to find. So we're going to draw the bearing there. Okay, once we have done that, then the next thing we're going to do is, now once we have drawn the bearing like that, that bearing we're going to call it x. Okay, so the bearing we're going to find is called x. Now as you can see, the x is not there. Now the other thing you need to know is this: there are two ways in which you can find the value of x. There are two ways in which you can find the value of x. One, by using co-interior angles, the property of co-interior angles. That means you're going to find the co-interior angle of 20 and okay, you're going to find the co-interior angle, or an angle that can add up to 180 when you add 120. Okay, I hope you understand when I say co-interior angles. These are two inner angles when two parallel lines are crossed by a transversal line. Okay, once we have done that, we need to find the value of that bearing, which is marked x. But you can also use the method of alternate angles. When you use the method of alternate angles, which I'm going to use in this video, if you want to learn on how to find the bearing by using co-interior angles, you can go into go to our channel, and you are going to find we go on playlist. You're going to find a playlist called grade 9 exam for 2020. There is a video which talks about finding the bearing using the property of co-interior angles. Okay, so we come back to this video. We are saying we are going to use the property of alternate angles. So to use this property, first we are going to divide this bearing into two parts. The first one is the one that is formed by a straight line. Okay, the blue straight line here, the imaginary north line. Okay, that is the angle. Now we know that angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees, and a straight line angle is equal to 180 degrees. Hence this, okay, let me just shift the x so that I can demonstrate properly. Hence this arc here, or this bearing here, is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, because it's a straight line angle which is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so we have divided angle x into two equal parts. So the other now remaining angle or bearing is this one here. Okay, the one I've drawn in the red line there. Okay, let me remove this paper because it's confusing. This one, okay, the one I'm going to call x now. Okay, so that initial bearing is divided into two angles. The other one is made of a straight line. The other one is the remaining, okay, which is called x. Okay, so this angle, for us to find the value of the whole bearing from A to B, the bearing of B from A, we need to find the value of x. Now when you look at this angle, let me just extend that line there and this line. These two are parallel line. The north line, which is in black, and this blue line, they are parallel lines, and then line AB or BA is a transversal line. Okay, so that means 120 degrees is an alternate angle to angle x. Okay, so now what does the property of alternate angle state? So the property of alternate angle states that alternate angles are equal. That means angle x is equal to 120 degrees, because 120 degrees and the angle x are alternate angles and they are equal. So x is equal to 120 degrees. Then we're going to say 120 degrees. That means where there is x, I'm going to put 120 degrees. Okay, so that is the value of that arc there. Okay, now for us to find the bearing, which is b from a, we need to combine. We need to add 120 to 180 degrees. Okay, which we can say that arc, the one which is there in purple, that is the entire arc. It's combining the arc or the angle which is in orange and the angle which is in pink. Okay, so the purple bearing is the first one I drew. It's combining the two. Okay, so for us to find that bearing in purple, we're going to combine 120 and 180. So which you're going to say 180 degrees plus 120 degrees. So when you add that, it's going to give us 300 degrees. So the bearing of B from A is equal to 300 degrees, which can also be said as 300 degrees. Okay, so the bearing is 300 degrees. Okay, if you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, let's go to question 23. Okay, excuse me. Question 23 was find the value of cube root of 125 plus square root of 9. Okay, so what you need to do is you are going to rewrite this expression, cube root of 125 plus square root of 9. So first we're going to find the cube root of 125. I'm sure you know that a cube root of a given number is a number that you can multiply by itself 3 times in order to get that given number. So in this case, we want to find a cube root of 125. So we are looking for a number that we can multiply by itself 3 times in order to get 125. And the cube root of this number 125, the cube root of 125 is 5. Okay? Then we're going to add the square root of 9. So a square root is a number that you can multiply by itself twice in order to get a given number. So a square root of 9 is a number that we can multiply by itself twice to get 9. And that number is 3. So we're going to say plus 3. Then we evaluate 5 plus 3 will give us 8. So 8 was the answer, was the value of that expression. Okay, we go to question 24. Question 24 reads as follows: given that f of x is equal to 5x minus 3, find the value of f of negative 3. Okay, so we are saying if x has the value of negative 3, what will be the value of that expression? So we can write f of x is equal to 5x minus 3. Then we say f of negative 3 is equal to 5. Where there's x, we're going to put negative 3. Okay, then minus 3. Okay, once we have done that, then we're going to write f of negative 3 is equal to 5 multiplied by negative 3 will give us negative 15, which will be minus 3. Then we're going to write f of negative 3 is equal to negative 3 minus, negative 15 minus negative 3 will give us negative 18. So the value of f of negative 3 using that expression, which is 5x minus 3 is, which is 5x minus 3 is negative 18. Okay, so the answer on question 24 was negative 18. If you have got questions, you can ask in the comment section. Otherwise, let's go to question 25. Okay, so question 25 was as follows. The area of the base of a solid triangular prism is 96 centimeter squared and its height is 7 centimeter as shown below. So you are supposed to look at the triangular prism drawn below so that you can understand fully. Once you have done that, the next thing you're going to do is now go to the next question, the actual question in fact. Given that the mass of the solid is 134.4 grams, find the density. Okay, find its density. Okay, so we know that for anyone to find the density of any object, he should know the volume of that object. Now, when you look at this question, the volume of this triangular prism is not given. Instead, the area and the height is given. So we're going to use these two dimensions or measurements to calculate the volume of this triangular prism. So what we need to do is, first, we need to find the volume of this triangular prism. That's the first step. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the area of the triangular prism using this formula. The formula for the area of triangular prism is volume is equal to area of the base times height. Okay, so the area of the base is already given, so I'm going to say volume is equal to the area of the base is 96 centimeters squared times, then the height is 7 centimeters, so I'm going to say times 7 centimeters. Then when we multiply 96 centimeters squared by 7, will give us 672 centimeter cubic. That is the volume of this triangular prism. Now, once we have found the volume, then we can go ahead and find the density. So density, now let's come to the formula of density. Density is equal to mass over volume. Okay. All right. So once we have come up with a formula, now we can identify what is the mass. The mass is given in the question. Let's go to the question. The question reads, given that the mass of the solid is 134.4 grams, find density. Find its density. So the mass is given, which is 134.4 grams. So we're going to write where there is mass, we're going to write 134.4 grams, which will be divided by the volume. The volume is the one we found, which is 672 centimeter cubic. We're going to write it down there. Then we're going to divide that. So you can say 134.4 grams, let's forget about units for a while. 134.4 divided by 672. You find that we can divide that, but to give us answer which is a decimal. So just basically looking at 134.4 divided by 672, it will give us the answer which is 0. Okay, now 672 will go 0 times in 134.4. Then we're going to say, since we have that, then we're going to move the decimal point, which will go outward, and then we're going to add a decimal point to the quotient. So we're going to have 0 point. Then there on top we're going to have 1,344. Now, since the point has moved, okay, to the right side, one step to the right side, so it's going to have 1,344. Okay, now 672 into 1,344, it will go 2 times, remainder 0. Okay, therefore we have divided 134.4 by 672 successfully. Therefore, we're going to bring the unit, which is gram per centimeter cubic. So the density of this triangular prism is 0.2 gram per centimeter cubic, and that was the answer there. Okay, now let's go to question 26. Given that a is equal to -3 and b is equal to -2, find the value of 2a squared b minus 4ab. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to rewrite the statement or the expression down here. Once we have done that, then we're going to replace letters by their numerical values. So we're going to write 2. What is the value of a? You see, -3. So we're going to say 2 multiplied by -3 multiplied by it should be a squared, then it should be 2 multiplied by -3 squared, then multiplied by -2 minus 4 multiplied by -3 multiplied by -2. Okay, so here we're going to use BODMAS, so BODMAS will be in play. So we're going to deal with numbers in brackets first. Remember, the number which is raised to the square will be the first one to be dealt with. So I'm going to write 2, then -3 squared is equal to 9, which will be multiplied by -2. Then I'm going to write 4 minus 4. Then -3 multiplied by -2 will give us 6. Okay, once I've done that, then I'm going to write 2. The 9 times -2 will give me -18. Then minus, so it's going to be 4, -4 multiplied by 6 will give us -24. Then I'm going to multiply 2 multiplied by -18 will give us -36. Then minus 24. Then when I evaluate, -36 minus 24 will give me 60. So the value of that expression, the entire expression, which is 2a squared b minus 4ab, is equal to -60. Okay, now we can go to question 27 and 28. Okay, so question 27 was as follows. The following diagram is a bar chart showing the amount of rainfall in a certain district in a particular week. Okay, the following diagram is a bar chart showing the amount of rainfall in a certain district in a particular week. So what you need to do is you need to study the bar chart below. So you need to take note of how many mils of rainfall fell on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You need to take note of those recordings that were recorded on each particular day. Then after I've done that, the next thing you need to do is you need to come and read the question. You need to understand it well. The question is, calculate the total amount of rainfall for that week. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to combine the mils that were recorded on each particular day. We need to put the recordings of the 7 days, okay, in that week. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to add every volume which was recorded on each particular day. So on Monday, the rainfall which were recorded was 2 mils. So we're going to say 2. Then on Tuesday, 6 mils were recorded. So we're going to say 2 plus 6. Then Wednesday, 12 mils were recorded. So we're going to say plus 12. Then on Thursday, 10 mils were recorded. So we'll say plus 10. Then Friday, 8 meals were recorded, then we say plus 8. Then on Saturday, 6 meals were recorded. 4 meals, not 6 I mean, but 4 meals were recorded. Then on Sunday, 2 meals were recorded. Okay, so these were the recordings of the length on each particular day on that particular week. Okay, so we can now add 2 plus 6 will give us 8, 8 plus 12 will give us 20, 20 plus 10 will give us 30, 30 plus 8 will give us 38, 38 plus 4 will give us 42, 42 plus 2 will give us 44. So that is 44. Now we cannot leave the answer to just be 44 because we are told that the units, the lengths were recorded in meals, so we're going to leave it in meals. So we're going to say 44 meals. You need to write the unit. In fact, when you're even adding, you can write 2 meals, 6 meals, 12 meals. Even if you have left the units in these numbers, at least the final answer should have the unit which is meals. Okay? So the correct answer, the total amount of rainfall for that particular week was 44 meals. Okay, now let's go to 28. Question 28 reads as follows. Solve the inequation 3x plus 5 is less than 17. 3x plus 5 is less than 17. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite that expression, which is 3x plus 5 is less than 17. Okay, so what we're going to do now here is we're going to put like terms together. That means we're going to have 3x, then we say 3x is less than 17, then 5 will close the less than sign, which is going to become a negative. So we're going to say minus 5. Then 3x, we're going to write 3x is less than, so we subtract 17 minus 5 will give us 12. So we're going to say 3x is less than 12. Okay, now at this stage we need to remain with x on one side of the equal sign, of the less than sign. Remember, we want to find the actual value of x. Therefore, we should remain with x on the left side of the less than sign. So that means we're going to divide both sides by 3. So we're going to say over 3 and here over 3. So 3x divided by 3 will give us x, or we can just cancel out the 3's. Okay, since we have 3 on top and 3 down, then we can just cancel them out. Okay, once we have done that, then we're going to write x is equal to, then 12 divided by 3 will give us 4. So we're going to say x is less than 4. X is less than 4. So that was the correct answer. We can go to question 29 and 30. Okay, so the question, which is for question 29, was the triangle below has angle x degree, 2x degree, and 3x degree. Find the value of x. So that is the triangle. You can look at it so that you see what is being described in the statement above. So to find the value of x in this triangle, we're going to use a property which is the sum of interior angles is 180 degrees. Then that means we're going to add all the 3 angles. So we're going to add x degree plus 2 degree plus 3 degree, like this. Okay, and then these, they should give us the sum, which is 180 degrees. 180 degrees. That is the total sum of the interior angles of a triangle. Now once we have done that, then we're going to evaluate x plus 2x plus 3x, which should give us 6x, which is equal to 180 degrees. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 6. Okay, then we are going to divide 6x divided by x by 6. So we're going to have that and that, then will give us x, then which is equal to, then we say 180 degrees divided by 6 will give us 30 degrees. Okay, so the value of x in this scenario is 30 degrees. Okay, we can go to the next question. Okay, so question 30 was as follows. The following diagram shows a parallelogram RSTU with its diagonal intersecting at Q. Okay, so that's a diagram you can see on the screen there. That is the parallelogram, and the question is, name a pair of congruent triangles. Okay, so basically what you need to understand is you need to understand the diagram. You need to know the qualities or the characters of a parallelogram. Okay, once you know that, then you can able to know the kind of triangles it can form when it is intersecting like it is. Okay, so for instance, you need to understand that parallelogram, when you cut a line like the line SU, that means it will bisect the angles there. They will be like divided into equal halves. Okay, so if it's 90 degrees there, that means angle SUT will be 45 and angle SUR will also be 45. Okay, that means even the distance SQ is equal to the distance QU. Okay, this is the same thing with RQ and QT. The distances are the same. Okay, so this means that triangle RQU and SQT, they are going to form congruent triangles. The angles will be the same. That means the measurements of these triangles, I mean not angles but triangles, the measurements of these triangles, all the sides will be equal. Okay, or let me say corresponding sides of triangle RQU and SQT will be equal or will be the same. Okay, it's not only these two triangles I've talked about that will be formed by a parallelogram. Even in triangle SUT and triangle RUT, they are also congruent. These two triangles are also congruent. Okay, so in our question it is name a pair of congruent triangle. So I'm going to name triangle RQU and triangle SQT. Okay, so that is the answer, and that was carrying 3 or 2 marks. Let's go. Okay, I think that's a last question. Thank you so much for watching. It has been easy learning Z Mathematics. The future is bright. See you in the next video, and God bless you.